Hey, we're back. Headed to the moon, to the moon, to the moon. Oh, for the last 3 days, I've been hadn't been able to get any sleep. Been all over this Dogecoin, this cryptocurrency, all this stuff, and I have gotten advice from everybody you could think of. Man, I tell you, I have gotten people telling me that I'm a dummy, that I shouldn't be spending any money on any of this stuff. People telling me that I should buy as much of it as I can, and I've learned a lot because I've only been doing this not even a week. I just started the whole crypto thing. I am as newbie as it gets. So the only thing that's been stopping me from buying more cryptocurrency is the fact that they won't let you. Like, you have to verify your accounts, verify your identity, verify all kinds of things. And, even today, I had planned on doing this video today and just checking on my Robinhood, which everybody tells me that, and we'll get into that in a minute. Checking on my Doge. This stuff has popped today. It had gotten up to, 73 cents today. They keep saying it's going to the moon. Now, for those of you that kind of don't know what Dogecoin is, because I'm still learning about it. It was all based on this meme of this dog, right? This dog. They made this cryptocurrency called Dogecoin, and they're hoping it's going to go to the moon. Here it is, Dogecoin. And then Elon Musk started talking about it, and he started putting money into the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, it's like it started taking off. It was this virtually worthless joke meme based on Litecoin, I believe. And now it is coming up on being the number 3rd cryptocurrency in the world with like a $90 billion total value. So without further ado, I want to get one of my old friends on here, somebody I've known for, gosh darn, coming up on almost 20 years, something like that. Now, this is my buddy Mark. He is, let me talk you up a little bit. He's an actor. He's a comedian. He's a radio show guy. You've heard him as like 7 of the voices on Dragon Ball Z. He has his own DVD that I helped produce. What was it? What was it called? It was called Kid Walk. Anyway, I'll bring him on and he can tell you all about it. Here he is. Here, let me put my headphones on. There he is.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? That ninja's crazy. You were the one.
That ninja's crazy. Gosh darn it. How did I forget that?
You're
not seeing double. These are 2 different people. We're not related.
I put these in so they wouldn't confuse us.
Yeah, I'm not Asian, and Mark thinks he's Asian, so that works out.
There you go. You know what's weird is your eyes are more slanted than mine. I had to smoke just to match your eye slant.
I bet you were all excited about Doge Day 420.
That was a day they kind of dumped it. Everybody kind of dumped on Doge on 420. Did you? I mean,
yeah, I wasn't even in it yet, so it was totally new. I was playing around with some. Let's see here. See if this works. There we go. Put that up in the corner.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. Well, I had been mining Doge back in the day. I mean, back in like 2000. In fact, let me see if I can show you my.
When did it start? When did it first appear?
Let's look at this right here. Well, when I used to mine it way back then, and I don't know if you can see this or not. Is that really small?
Yeah.
Look at the amounts of
Doge. Don't pull up any of your porn folders. I know you.
Oh no. Yeah, right. But look at this. Look at this wallet of me mining. I turned in 115,000 Doji on one day. Yeah, I turned in 15,000 on another. This is me mining back in 2000. Look at these. These are back in 2014. This says my wallet on Doji is 7 years and 20 weeks behind. Right here at the bottom. That's wow. This is the Doji chain. This is the yeah. So I went here and I went searching for some of these wallets because you can go back and find where it was sent to and see if the wallet still has anything in it.
I need to get like the hardware wallet. Because I just have this stuff. Oh, here we got a super chatter. Let's see what this dude's got. He says, Videobob, I'm holding Dogecoin until it moons. I want to make enough so you can convert my DeLorean into a time machine. You need headphones. You need some headphones because I get a little echo on you.
I have headphones. All right, cool. Let's do this.
Let's see. We've got it. It's going to the moon.
I think this works out better.
I think. Look at this. I think this shit's going to $1. That's what I think. I think $1
is the time to dump. I think the $1 is the time to dump. I think this is like a game of Jenga where everybody's like, wait, who's gonna go first? It's like slapjack. It's like, I think there's gonna be a jack. I'm gonna go ahead and slap it now. And then I've
got a conspiracy theory. Now here it is. Okay. I think that all the influencers out there are starting this rumor and this movement to dump after Saturday Night Live. When our man, Elon Musk has been tweeting, he's been talking about the coins. Everybody's waiting to see what he's going to say, and they're hoping that he's going to get it all excited. And I think that Saturday Night Live comes on late at night. A lot of people are going to rewatch it the next day on Sunday and Monday, and I think that's when they're going to go buy. I think the proper thing would be to hold it until at least Monday or Tuesday. But here's the thing: I think that these people are talking about doing this dump so that they can get the price back down so that they can buy it at a reasonable price, because this is the number 3rd cryptocurrency in the world right now. And it has a huge, I know it's fake. I know it's a meme. I know all these things, but the bottom line is I don't think it's going away. I don't think people are just going to forget about, Sunday they forgot about Doge and they move on to SafeMoon. No, people have money in this and they're going to keep it for a while. And I'm thinking of holding my position. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I think $1 is asking. I mean, this is all hype. Okay. Everybody who's been in crypto for a while is shocked that a joke coin that has no utility has surpassed actual projects that have these coins have actual projects. BNB has actual projects, XRP, all of these have practical uses. Doji was just strictly on hype, man. I mean, I bought in at 0.01. I bought in at 1 cent and I got rid of it at 5. But it was then I sat there and watched from the sidelines in disbelief.
Everybody says the Doge father, Elon Musk, has got our back. He's got millions of dollars into this thing. I don't think it's going to go away. I think the dump will happen. I think it'll drop down to probably 25, 30 cents again. And then that's when I'm going to go in and buy a couple $1,000 more of this stuff, because I think that a lot of things out there that started off as jokes, they became part of the everyday normal life. I think it's possible. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, what makes Dogecoin any more of a joke than any other cryptocurrency? They're all
okay.
They're all based on nothing.
No. This right here, I don't know if it's showing up correctly on my screen. I guess it's not. I guess I didn't resize it.
Here, I can make it full size. Cool. Well, here I can. Let me do this. Hold on. I'm going to solo you there.
Okay. Every year, more than 4 billion Dogecoin are mined and added to the overall supply. The guy who created it says he can't. There's no programming team in order to stop this. So this is going to be inflationary. It's the equivalent of printing $4 billion a year with the government. And then here's another thing that people don't understand. 90% of all Dogecoins supply is owned by about 100 wallets. If they decide to sell their coins, more than 100 billion Doji will flood the market. Okay, so I mean, one wallet has 23%.
But money is printed. I mean, Joe Biden has got his own personal printer in the White House. He keeps clicking print and printing $100 bills out. I can't get anybody to show up for work because they're getting all this baseless printed money sent to them on a daily basis.
But that's what they're doing. You're going from $1 that's failed, that has inflationary, to another one.
I just went to the liquor store in Costco with my printed dollars and bought a bunch of stuff. And guess what? I can go to a Dallas Mavericks game and pay with Dogecoin. I can go to there's places that are starting to take it as actual currency, and it's in the dawn of something. I think that what'll happen is what we're going to see in the future. We may see other coins merge and buy other coins and combine. I think that when you have that much hype, Dogecoin is a phenomenon that has gotten people like myself into cryptocurrency, because here for all these years of Bitcoin, I just kind of ignored it. And at the very least, even if it does turn out to be like you say, it has been an influence getting more and more people into cryptocurrency than Bitcoin. I'm not going to say than Bitcoin has, but I can't.
I can believe that. I can believe that because even kids, I mean, even kids are spending $5, $10, putting money on it. You know, so
Watch it go. This guy just got 333 shares of Doge.
There you go. Well, he might be able to sell them for $333 on Saturday Night Live night. But like I said, I don't. It's weird to me that the public would want to go from one U.S. token to another U.S. inflationary token. The reason Bitcoin is way better is because there's only 21 million of them that are going to be minted. So there'll never be any more.
Well, I get the idea of that, but it's sort of like gold. I mean, we have gold, yes. We have silver, we have platinum, but we still have dollar bills. And even though we were taken off the gold standard 50 years ago by President Nixon, we still have no problem working for and spending these $100 bills. You know what I think? Mark? I think that we should ask someone who is a politician, someone who he used to be the governor of California. I think you know who I'm talking about. This guy. Let me see if I can get him on the line.
You're saying Doge? It's Doge. You need to go buy it. Get to the exchange. Buy some Doge. Do it now.
Thank you, Governor.
It's inflationary. I want you to know they're going to keep printing and printing.
You know, so yeah. I'm not in on it. Like I said, that's maybe that's why it seems like I'm a little jealous that I'm not in on it. I don't know. It is weird sitting on the sidelines watching your Ethereum go up, but then watching Doji go up like twice. And it's
no, explain to me Ethereum, because how many Ethereums are there, and which one should I be messing with? Because
okay,
you know, I've got the one that I'm in. Let me pull up my Coinbase account.
I found a wallet from back in 2011 when I was mining Ethereum that I sold 27 of them on the for $7 a pop, back when Ethereum was $7 a pop.
See, the Ethereum. Wait a minute. There's
Ethereum is a blockchain that you can make tokens off of. So a lot of these tokens that you see coming in, like SafeMoon, you know, SafeMoon's on the BNB blockchain. Okay, BNB Ethereum is you can actually run dApps off of it, and then BNB.
What's the difference between Ethereum and Ethereum Classic?
Ethereum Classic was a fork whenever they were going to upgrade, and some of the people wanted to stay with the original. So the original is no longer in use. So that just got pumped. And my theory on why all of these coins are getting pumped is because they're on Robinhood. People say, hey, I have a Doji. What else do they have? I made money on Doji. What else? And then they just place a $10 bet.
I bought the one called Ethereum ETH. It's like $3,000 a piece right now.
Yes.
Or whatever they are. Here, let me pull it up.
Like 34, I think.
I bought $1,000 of it. Just it's at 34.73 right now.
Yes.
And I have like a tiny little bit of Bitcoin. And then, you know, one of the things that was stopping me from buying what I wanted to buy, the only reason I went over to Robinhood was simply because, look at that, Dogecoin is out over 70 cents right now. I'm looking at it. Good Lord.
I'm going to short it when it hits $1. I'm going to go ahead and make money as it goes down. They say the bottom could be 37. That's where the support is.
I think you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let all you fools dump your Doge. I'm going to buy this shit when it's cheap again, and then I'm going to sit on it for a little while.
Okay.
It's only $1,000. I got, you know, I can afford it. And it's like, to me, it's not a 100% return. That's pretty good. I could take, if I take I'm in at, what did I buy in at? Under 50 cents or whatever. So if I made $1,000 profit, that's cool. Whatever. I can do one hand of blackjack and walk away with a $1,500 if I hit a 21, you know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is I'm not in it for that, because I can do 100% profit all day long. That's what I do for a living. Everything I do, I'm going to make money on. What I'm interested in is I want to be one of these mother humpers that goes into the stratosphere who buys $1 worth of some shit where you get 5 million whatever coins for $1, and then you sit on it, and then 10 years later you got $100 million. There was a time a guy wanted to buy one of my DeLorean time machines. He wanted to buy one of my cars. He wanted to pay me in full. It was like dollar for dollar in Bitcoin, and this was probably 2014. I think he wanted to give me something like what it was. It was like $60,000-$70,000 worth of Bitcoin. Had I taken that and sat on it, I would be such a multimillionaire right now. I don't even know how much money I would have. Because back then it was probably trading at a couple $100. And I didn't believe in cryptocurrency. I said, look, if it's worth something, then sell it. Give me some cash. Give me money. And I was a fool. But we were all fools. Okay. If I had known that I could have bought Bitcoin in 2008, if I'd have bought $5 worth of it, and I'd be a billionaire now.
Yes. Well, have you looked at what people are trying to do with SafeMoon? They're trying to make that the next hype coin. I don't know if you know. Have you been looking at SafeMoon?
I haven't actually looked at it. Who sells it? Where can I get it?
You can get it. Now that's on the BNB chain. Remember, I told you Ethereum. You can make your own tokens, and they did that. And in 2017, that people were making their own ICOs out of their tokens. So they would sell you tokens and you were investing in them like stocks. I didn't know you could do that. I would have done that. I did make a Ninja Star coin back in 2017. And
how
that's
hard
just
is
on the
it to make your own coin?
It's not hard at all. In fact, if you just go and say, but you got to determine whether you want it on the Ethereum blockchain, and BNB is a knockoff of Ethereum. The gas prices to ship Ethereum are pretty high. So BNB came out with a carbon copy of that chain of Ethereum, their own. And that's why, but it's running tokens off of it that are cheaper gas fees than Ethereum. And when Ethereum 2.0 comes out, the gas fees should drop. But BNB was first to the game on that. And now BNB is where you have SafeMoon.
What do you got? This guy over here is saying SafeMoon is a scam. What would make SafeMoon a scam?
It's the same scam as Doji. That's why I think if everybody.
I got news for you: the U.S. dollar is a scam.
Yes. And when people say it's backed by gold, in my head, I'm like, well, what if they find more gold? Do you know what I mean? How do we know how much gold is contained on the earth? All of a sudden,
digging gold up.
That's what I mean. So then you're essentially printing more gold. So that whole gold standard, I'm telling you, Bitcoin's the thing because billionaires are starting to want it. You know what I mean? These people were the ones telling you that not to
I
get
just saw
into it.
that Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank, one of my heroes, Mr. Wonderful, just put, I think he said 1% of his money into Bitcoin. Here's a guy who's a billionaire. That's a lot of money. I mean, that's a kind of a big jump for him. And I'm seeing a lot of people talk about it. So,
look at what Elon did. He put his 1.4 trillion in at 44,000 when Bitcoin was at 44,000. Then Bitcoin tanked for a little bit because Tesla sold some of their Bitcoin, and when they did that, everyone was disappointed, thinking that Tesla sold it. But he said no, they were just parking capital, showing everybody that you can park your cash capital somewhere else.
Put on my glasses, we really look alike.
You do look more Asian than me.
And I'm Scottish. It doesn't make any sense, but when you were living in Dallas and when you used to perform at
Chinaman.
Yeah, you used to perform at Hyenas, and I was sitting at the Improv one time, and somebody came up to me and they go, Mark, are you Chinaman? I go, no, but I know the guy.
That's funny.
People used to think. But nobody thinks that you're me.
No. I guess it's the suspenders.
It's the suspenders. They're like, I guess Chinaman needs help holding up his pants, and all of a sudden he needs.
That's his.
But yeah,
so let me get back to SafeMoon real quick. Let me get back to SafeMoon because I wanted to cover this with you. Okay, I put $100 bet on SafeMoon because in the end, it's like if this goes the same way as Doji, man, that is not resized correct at all.
No. Give me I can hear.
Okay, cool. There you go. If this breaks better than Doji, I mean, this is the last 7 days. I put it in when it was at 444. It's at 837 right now. So I've doubled my 100. This is just $100 bet. Yeah.
Sorry. No, I'm there. I got a call and it what the hell is going on? Hold on.
Okay.
Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
No. Hold on just a second. Like my whole screen changed because somebody tried to call me and because my headphones were connected. There we go. I'm back now.
There we go.
All right. Cool. My mom tried to call me. Now, where do I go buy SafeMoon? I have Coinbase, I have Robinhood, I have Uphold. I
Okay,
have
look at this. It's on the Binance Smart Chain, so you have to have BNB.
Binance, BNB.
Okay, and what I did was I ended up buying at 444, and I got 21 million of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it goes to 1 cent, just based off of hype, like Doji does, because people are hype machines. You know, we're finding out that the market's totally driven by hype, that none of it even really means anything. Well, as you can see right here yesterday, this is the 7-day right there, but this was just yesterday. So I mean, it dropped right here.
And really, this is what I've been trying to say to people. I've been trying to say, like, listen, if you just went and put $5 on like every single crap currency out there, or even $1, like, because if you had one measly Bitcoin that you bought for $1 so many years ago, you now have $57,000 right now.
Yes.
So it's like if you just bought $1.
I've been finding out because I've been trading and I've been making pretty significant gains. But then I went back and looked at some of the coins that I had been trading, and they doubled or tripled in the whole time that I had been trading them. So I told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm going to have to set aside a certain amount and just hold these coins for a month and then trade the same amount and see if I can gain over the other, you know? And then there's another guy that I follow. His name's Bowtie Bull on Twitter, and he has a Substack. He's been holding. He predicted the bottom of Ethereum and the bottom of Bitcoin. He told everybody this is the bottom. Go ahead and buy at 4,800. I think it was right in January. Yeah. And then he said, and then he also as soon as Bitcoin started to do weird stuff, he took and moved most of his portfolio into Ethereum, and Ethereum gained. And then he said later, if you would have put your money in Ethereum instead of Bitcoin, you would have outperformed Bitcoin. And you would have almost doubled what you did in Bitcoin.
Sorry, I just lost you for 2 seconds.
That's all right.
Gosh darn, Bluetooth. I need the regular plug-in kind. So I had to turn my Bluetooth up, but I heard that last part. You know, I think that the lesson that I've learned in the Bitcoin or the cryptocurrency world is it's really all about the long haul, the jump in, jump out to try to make money, you know, because the people who were the long haulers, like think about all the people who back in 2008, 9, 10, whatever, they bought Bitcoin, then they saw it go to $100, $1,000, $5,000, and they're like, dude, I'm out, and they cashed out, right? Because we were hearing about Bitcoin millionaires back in 2014, 2015, all the way back then, right? And those people that cashed out back then, I bet they're killing themselves now, even though some of them are like 100 millionaires or billionaires. But the bottom line is, you know, you got to really hold on. And that's kind of my position on Dogecoin. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do a house money. Maybe I'll do a house money and pull out my investment once it reaches the $1, and then I'll play with house money. And that's a good game. You know, when we would go to, you and I used to go to Vegas all the time. We would sit and gamble, and I'd start with $100. And as soon as I got my $100 back, I just put my $100 back in the pocket, and then I'd play with the house money. And when that was gone, I didn't go back in. Vinny used to just he would blow $5,000 sitting at the table, and then he'd be all excited that he won $1,000 when he come home. And I go, Vinny, well, you lost $5,000, you know. So
I remember the one time when he said, hey, did we go to the Hard Rock last night? I was like, yeah. He goes, because I found a ATM receipt for $400 in one pocket, and then I found $5,000 in my other pocket. And I'm just like, wow, must have been a good night.
Oh, he would get drunk as hell, and I used to steal his chips and put them in his pocket. You know, put them in his.
You and I were part of the few who watched out for him.
Yeah, wingman.
Who told people, hey, it's time to go. It's time to get out of here. The party's over. He's asleep.
Know. One time I saw this dude. We're talking about Vinny Paul. He was a drummer of Pantera. Guy, the plaque you see behind him. We both were good friends of Vinny. And I remember one time we were walking through the casino. He walked over to the roulette table. He takes $100 bill and puts it on the zero, the green, the zero, and the sumbitch hit, and it was like 10-1 or something. And even the dealer was like, that's never happened. What the hell? How, you know? And I think it's got to happen to somebody. You know, somebody wins the lottery every week, and I don't think winning the lottery is something that you could compare to investing, because you have to take the initiative to invest. One of the things that I'm finding, though, that's so hard with these altcoins is that they are so hard to buy because and what I was trying to say to my audience, you really need to go out and make a bunch of different portfolios on a different bunch of platforms so that you can access them, because you have to verify your ID, you have to verify your bank account. And quite frankly, I'm pissed because I could have bought in my Dogecoin on Robinhood back when it was 20, 30 cents. But by the time I got verified and got my fund transferred, It was already up to 50 cents. I was so pissed off.
Wow.
Cost me so much money. So one of the things I'm learning about exchanges like Robinhood is that they don't let you keep your keys. They don't let you keep your actual currency. They're holding it for you.
Yeah. But you got to cash out. It's like chips. Those are house chips.
You got to cash out. And so I'm looking into getting a hardware wallet. I'm looking into all those things. And, we'll probably talk about that later. But the thing about it is, that's one of the things I learned. And what was the other thing I learned? By the way, if you're not tech savvy, you'll get ripped off and scammed immediately, because I immediately started getting BS emails from Coinbase telling me that my account was compromised. Please log in, blah, blah. And I looked at it, and I was getting them in Spanish. I was getting them sent to other email accounts. And I was like, what? If you didn't know any better, you would have clicked on this thing, punched in your password, and they would have cleaned you out in 2 seconds. Luckily, I'm a little bit more tech savvy than most. I, first of all, never, ever click on a link in an email. But, I had to learn all sorts of new things that I had never seen. So, for instance, I had to get what's called an authenticator, the Google Authenticator app. I
don't like that, because sometimes when the Authenticator app... Oh.
I'm here.
I can't hear you. Okay.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Sometimes when the Authenticator app mistimes, it's hard to get back into your account. So I don't do that anymore. I only do text message directly to my phone.
Okay,
that's
good to know.
That's the safest way, because I've locked myself out of my account and tried to do that Doji thing where you're like, I got to buy it now, and then it's like you don't have your authenticator. It's not timed correctly. And I re-downloaded it. I re-tried to do it, and it didn't. And they said, well, it'll be 24 hours. Send us your ID. Send us all of this.
I haven't had any problems with it, but I wanted to have the multiple layers of community, and they actually claim that the text message second security isn't always that secure, because these hackers have somehow figured out how to like steal SIM card IDs, or I don't know if that's going to happen, but and the thing about the hardware wallet, remember everybody's heard the story about the guy that has like, $12 million worth of Bitcoin or something on his USB drive, and he can't remember the password. Well, that's a hardware wallet, and he can't remember the password to get to it. And so I don't want that to happen to me.
Okay. Hardware wallets don't work that way. Hardware wallets just have your private key on it. And now the private key comes with a seed phrase, like 24 words that it asks you to write down. So you write down all those seed phrases, and then it says, hey, we're going to go ahead and transfer all your money to the, what's that? Look at that. We're going to transfer all of your SafeMoon. See, look at that.
This guy goes, SafeMoon goes from whatever to 1 cent. That's $500 invested would be 62 million.
Yes. So that's why I was like, for $100, and it's already turned into 200. So in my head, and I'll show you how to get some as well. It's a pretty difficult process.
Here's one of my questions, right? Where does this money come from? Let's say you've got $62 million worth of SafeMoon and you want to cash it out. Who's giving you the $62 million?
You do it's an exchange. I mean, so you're just trading against other people. You're saying, I think this is going to be worth something. And I'm like, well, I don't. So here, buy it from me.
Yeah. But let's say Dogecoin goes to $500 tomorrow, and now I have $1 million of who pays me the $1 million when I want to trade it in?
The exchange.
So like Robinhood gives me $1 million, and what if they don't have enough money for all the people who want to trade in their tokens?
They will. They will. But here's the way Robinhood works, and I think it's the reason why it locks up, is because Robinhood doesn't, I don't believe that they actually own Doji. They go get it from another exchange and pull some in if they need more to sell. Do you know what I mean? I think that's how they're handling it. I can't see of any other reason why they always freeze up. And yet I have all of these other exchanges that do really well. And in Texas, there's only certain things that you can use in Texas. Can you use Coinbase out of Texas?
I have Coinbase, yes. But Coinbase doesn't support doesn't support Dogecoin, which is why I went over to Robinhood. Sovereign Knight says PayPal supports Doge. I'll get it from them because I feel more comfortable. Here's the thing about PayPal. PayPal is another one of these services where you don't own your crypto.
Nope.
PayPal owns your crypto. And I can't tell you how many people have complained about, you don't own your PayPal money either, by the way. When you get money through PayPal, that's not yours. They own it. And if they decide that they have a problem with you and they want to cut off your account and keep your money, there is nothing you can do about it. Nope. So at least with these other things, the idea of the cryptocurrency is at least you can pull it off. There is no crypto PayPal where you can hold the keys to your money. PayPal owns your money and they're making interest off it. Let's not forget who the genius was who came up with PayPal. Bang, Elon Musk is the guy who came up with PayPal, and he's the one who thinks Dogecoin is so great. I don't know. Maybe he knows something we don't.
Wait, where does he say he thinks it's so great? Why do you? I think the newspapers are misleading you. It says because look, this headline's misleading.
Okay, you got a good point there. He's not saying it's great. He's just talking about it.
Yes, I mean look at this headline right here. Elon Musk says Dogecoin could be crypto's currency's future, but warns followers. He didn't say that. That he said that.
I think the invest with caution is one of those litigious. I got to say this because. Which, by the way, Mark and I are not financial advisors.
No.
And we are not telling you to buy anything. And invest with caution.
Yes. Now let me show you some coins, okay? That if you would have just 3 months ago in January put money into them, you could have tripled your money. Okay. These are ADA. Are you familiar with ADA right here?
I don't know ADA.
ADA. Cardano is what it's called. It is the third largest coin on, let's see, where is it? It is the third largest coin. No, it is not. It is the seventh largest coin. Okay. So 3 months ago, if you would have put $1,000 into it right here, okay, this is the 3 month chart, that was at 68 cents, 64 cents. It's now at $1.67. Okay. So you would have at least doubled your money on that. Just holding, and I was trading it. I traded it all the way from 68 to here, to there, to here, and I was trading it the whole time. But I told myself, man, I could have had a lot less stress if I just would have held on to that. Okay, Tron. I bought some of this back when it was 5 cents, 4 cents right here. And look at this. This was just in 2 months ago, just holding it from March 1st. Okay, and it's already up to 14 cents. So holding has been the correct thing in this market, especially with all the hype. Okay, Uniswap is on what is it? It's on Coinbase, but Uniswap. Let's go for a year and see how much it started. Uniswap hasn't changed as much. It did double, so I mean, but that's not within 3 months. Okay, then there's Pancake Swap, which is where you're going to get your Moon, Safe Moon from. You're going to have to put your coin into BNB, then switch it to BSC, and then go to Pancake Swap, and Pancake Swap will do the trade for you. It's a DeFi. It's a decentralized coin swapping thing. Okay, but 3 months ago, if you would have bought Cake at $3, right Cake. Now it's at 35, 36 bucks. It's peaked at 40. They think that so just holding that, I would have been better. But instead, my guy was like, hey, buy it here. And then when we got up here, he's like, okay, go ahead and sell it. Then we bought it again here and sold it. Then it's like, okay, now we're going to buy up here. So in the end, it's like,
this is what I've been saying earlier. I think that the whole trick to this is all about buying some of this stuff and hold it. All these guys that want to do a pump and dump, it's like, oh boy, I'm going to make $500. I'm going to make $1,000. These are people, they work at Taco Bell. They don't have any money. They're trying to pay the rent. I don't know. They're desperate. The people that are rich are the people who are patient. They wait.
Yes.
They hold it. It's got to be a good holding game. I think at the very least, play with house money. Maybe get your investment back so that you have your cash, but leave some in there. Don't sell all your Dogecoin. Just, in my opinion, I'm sitting here watching it hit 70 cents. There's no way that something with that much hype that the whole world is talking about, that people are joining and putting money in, plus there's going to be a lot of the what do they call it? What do they call it? The FOMOs, the fear of missing out, right?
Yeah.
Those people are going to be like, I bought in at 50 cents. Now it's at 25 cents. I'm going to sit here on it until it goes back up because I don't want to lose money. Those people, I think they're going to hold on to it. And I think that this is here's the good thing about a pump and dump. When there's a dump, that's when you swoop in and you buy.
I've learned this with Bitcoin. Now, in 2017, this was not the correct advice, but now it is. Every time Bitcoin dips, find that coin that you've been waiting to get into, and if Bitcoin dips by 10%, it'll dip by 20 to 30. Go grab it. As soon as Bitcoin recovers, that thing goes up by 30, 40% from where you grabbed it down. It's almost like a firefighter. When there's a fire, walk towards the fire. Everybody else is running away. I mean, need to make sure you're going. Yeah.
You go look at Bitcoin, right? And I go pull up the all graph, right? Look at what happened here in November 12th. What was this? 2017 or 2018? I can't tell.
All right. I lost a lot of money.
It had a high of 17. Everybody dumped. It went back down to $8,000. Now think about all the people who dumped, right? And then had they kept it, their position would be at $64,000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why. That's why I'm saying Dogecoin.
It's okay. Now I told you, Gene. I told you Gene Simmons bought into this Binance coin, right? Let me show you this graph right here. 3 months ago, Gene Simmons was touting it, and he said, "I bought 300,000 right here when it was in 137. He bought it right down here." Okay. Then we look, and it went up to 306. I sold right over here. I bought it 139. I had 50 shares of this, man. Okay. So then I sold right here, made a $10,000 gain. Then it went way down to 220 something. Okay. If I just would have held at those 50, it's at 633 now, bro.
How is it that Gene has not made a KISS coin yet? I mean, this dude makes a KISS everything. I guarantee you we're going to see a KISS coin. That's got to happen. When I see him, he bought a house in Vegas. Every week I go to lunch with Eric. I'm going to say, we got to talk to Gene. We need a KISS coin.
What is it going to be used for? Is it just going to be a collectible, a tradable? See, I mean, you can use this, like you could say, hey, if you listen to Videobob's show, I'll give you video tokens. What do you mean? Well, every time you listen, I'll give you 5,000 of these tokens. I printed this token.
I talked about this the other day. I talked about the fact that I said, this is what I think a lot of businesses are going to start doing. They're going to start making their own coins. Think about like if Walmart made their own coin, biggest retailer in the world, right? If they had Walmart coin, the Walton coin or whatever, and they said, okay, you get a discount when you use the Walton coin. We'll pay you in or we'll not pay. We'll accept Walton coin. You buy into it, and if you do this, you get access to things first, or you get discounts or whatever. And here's another thing. Think about businesses, for instance, like Home Depot that's taking Bitcoin, right? Mm-hmm. So you go into Home Depot, you pay with Bitcoin, but then when you get refunds, you get cash back.
Yeah.
They're giving you marked up merchandise. They're selling 2x4s for $10. You're paying with Bitcoin. I guarantee you they are sitting on every piece of Bitcoin they get. They are not recycling it.
They have holding companies. PayPal has a holding company. I told my wife and I were like, how genius is that? They're like, hey, we don't want to buy into Bitcoin, but if you just want to give us yours, we'll hold it.
This dude, Timothy, says his brother has made $8,000 this week on Doge buying and low and selling.
Yes.
But he must have a huge position. He must be selling. I mean, he must have a lot in there.
If you use leverage on a short, like I'm going to buy $1,000 of Doji at $1. I'm going to sell it, and then I'm going to buy the shares back when it's lower and give them their shares back. I'm just going to borrow the shares, and then I get to scrape the money off the top. I mean, so if you do that a couple times, because I mean, I could have shorted it at 68. I could have bought it at 60. When I saw it at 68, I was like, man, I should probably short that. And then it went down to 50 for a little bit. And I was like, wow. I mean, I could have made money on all of those shares in between.
Now let's talk about something related but unrelated.
Okay.
Let's talk about, and I don't know if I'm the only one. I can't be the only one. I've only started trading. I am 46 years old. I have never traded stocks. I've never traded Bitcoin. I make money. I put money in my pocket. and I use money to buy shit like Rolexes and cars and houses and stuff. And I go, wow, this watch has made money over, I bought it for whatever, 11, it's worth 15, whatever. But nothing has given me more gosh darn anxiety than to get into the trading market. I go to sleep at night and it's like, I don't want to go to sleep. I'm afraid to wake up in the morning. I'm afraid to look at my phone in the morning.
Okay. No,
I'm
that's
like,
why
oh my God.
Patience game. Here's the funny part about it was because Doji swings so much that you can be like, hey, I'm going to take us all out to dinner, man. We're going to have steak dinners. And then you'll look at it 5 minutes later and go, hey, maybe we just go to McDonald's.
Can we order water? No dessert.
Yeah, there you go. And it keeps
bread,
dropping.
Please.
I mean, swings like that. Yes, it does swing like that. I mean, you can tell this is gambling. It feels just like gambling.
Dude, this is a Ponzi scheme.
Yes,
is what this is.
A lot of them is. Doji and SafeMoon are a Ponzi scheme.
All right, so
I'm relying on everybody else. What's that?
He's worried. This guy is sovereign night. He's worried about giving up his banking information. He doesn't want to give out his social security number, bank routing number. Listen, I do this kind of stuff all the time because I do wire transfers with customers and things all the time. There are ways. I don't know about Dogecoin, but there are ways of buying Bitcoin. In Las Vegas, they have Bitcoin ATM machines.
Yeah,
but you're going to pay such a high premium on it.
About 10%. 10, 20%.
Yeah, and it's going to print you out a receipt with a little QR code on it with your coins on it. But if you're willing to just bypass everything and pay that premium for that kind of thing, I guess. But I mean, I trust the companies I'm dealing with. What I don't trust are hackers that might get a hold of the information. But you just got to be careful. You just got to be, I don't know.
I mean, I've lost about $5,000 on different
where you got ripped
exchanges. Off? Yeah, they closed down. They actually got hacked. And now they're in a lawsuit. There was one called Cryptopia back in 2017. That was one of them. I
remember that one.
That got that way. It went that way. And now they're in a lawsuit, but then they got rehacked after the lawsuit. And it's like, well, what's left? And then there was Mt. Gox at the beginning of Bitcoin that lost so many. So, and there's nothing you can do. It's the Wild West. So you just
are any of these exchanges insured or FDIC controlled?
Not at all.
The thing is, I was going to say is, look, your bank has your routing number, your bank has your account number, your bank has your social security number, but your bank has an FDIC insured $100,000 per deposit.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Sam's over here like doppelganger time. Yes, we know we look alike.
I think we don't have the mustaches because our women don't like to kiss us with a mustache. Well, that's why I don't have a mustache.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. I don't know if you could tell. I have a scar right here. I have a scar, so I kind of have this weird thing there, like Harrison Ford. So my mustache doesn't grow quite right there. And it's kind of patchy. I have a blonde mustache. I have a red beard. I have brown eyebrows. And then I have blotchy gray. So I started dyeing it black. Probably 2014 or so when I started doing my television show. But before that, you would remember, I was a ginger. It was just red.
Oh, yeah.
And I had the beard thing before all those guys over at Vinny's.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I had the beard, and everybody else had to get the beard, the goatee thing. I was doing this back in the early 2000s, And then you had the beads.
You do things that are groundbreaking. I mean, don't think that you don't, because like with your clothes that you were showing me that video of you with all the different clothes, dude. I told when I saw that before, I think I saw that a long time ago with you doing that. I said, he's doing a good brand. I said,
I've always dressed weird. And
but when people make fun of it, that's
intentionally, but this is sort of a dime bag mustache, I guess.
Okay, yeah. Well, they did this. Whenever I did this, people used to make fun of me. And as soon as people were making fun, I was like, that's even the more reason.
Yeah, because,
you just want that buzz.
I met a fan the other day. I was picking up some materials at a place, and a guy he came up and told me he watches all the time, and he was a fan. And something that they comment on all the time is that they go, wow, you actually dress like that. I go, yeah, you can attest. I've been wearing this same outfit for 20 fucking years. Black shirt, red suspenders, black pants. I mean,
you should smell it. Oh, you should smell that outfit. Yeah. You've been wearing that same outfit for 20 years. That's how you said it.
I love when people come and look at my closet. I just have 20 of these shirts and 20 of these pants.
That's funny. 20
The only thing that
suspenders.
changes.
20
Yeah,
suspenders.
no, I have about 10 pairs of them. Yeah.
And is it only red suspenders, or do you decide that you're wanting to do different?
Well, if you remember, I used to have other ones. I used to wear camo ones. I had flame ones. I used to have different ones. And somewhere along the line, I just figured out that the red just had this certain pop to it. The red and the black just had a certain pop. But I think back about 2005, I used to, when I switched over to just maybe 2006, I went to the all red. But I used to have because remember I used to wear those camo shorts, and then I had matching camo suspenders to go with it.
Yeah.
And I would match the suspenders with the outfit, and I had ones with flames, and I had I had all kinds of different ones.
Did you have Robin Williams ones? Did you have
no?
Okay, just checking. That's the only other person I knew who wore suspenders. I think Jonathan Winters wore them too, didn't he?
Yeah, he might have. And the suspenders thing happened because I just walked around pulling my pants up all the time, and somebody said you should just get suspenders because I'm white. I have no ass, So whereas you are both, you're half white, so you're Caucasian.
Yeah, I'm
calling back all your jokes from 20 years ago.
No. If they want to see some jokes, they can go look me up. If it, I did write a joke the other day that I thought was funny. Somebody asked me if I could work part-time, and I said, well, I can guarantee to give 50% of the effort 100% of the time.
I remember most of your act, and you remember most of everybody else's.
Yes. No. Oh, no, I don't.
I need the
other person's people's act.
Oh shit.
So, anyways, back to that B&B coin real quick. Remember, I told you Gene Simmons put his in. So he put 300,000 in at 139. Yeah. It's at 600 now. He's 6 times his money. He's got 1.8 million off that one investment. Off that one, just by holding, bro. If I would have held, I'd have 50 of those I'd have 30,000 right now.
If he wasn't already rich as shit.
I didn't know to take half off the table like you did. I mean, that's a very smart thing. I just thought I had to take it all off the table, So I shoved. I should have kept 25 of them. I should have taken my initial investment back once it doubled, just like you said, which is good financial advice I took from you. But just take half of it back and play with house money. I would have had 25 shares of that right now. I would have had another 25 grand.
That's right. So, there's times to buy and there's time to sell, and you got to know when to hold. And I think you should always hold a portion of a position of every kind. Let's ask Steven what he thinks.
Oh, we need to get some Doge. How about Snoop Dogg? Yo, we need some Snoop Doge. Nephew.
I need to find out what all your new impressions are.
Yo, nephew, we need some Snoop Doge. Doge in the house.
What? Tell me. Yeah. Let me see if I can look him up here. What was one of your Dragon Ball characters' names?
Let's do the Cor and the Cat or the Grand Kai. Grand Kai was the one I still retained the voice to.
Wait, hold on. Let me pull up Grand Kai. I didn't watch it. Is he the guy with the white beard?
Yeah.
Okay,
and you'll know whose voice I ripped off in order to do this. Okay, because when they hired me to do people's voices. I took other people's jobs just by impersonating.
Oh God. What a dick. Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
I know.
From Dragon Ball Z, let's bring up the Grand Guy.
Oh yeah, man! If you win this tournament, you'll get a whole bunch of Doge to the moon, my brother. Yeah.
Woo!
So you know who that is, though, right?
Oh yeah.
Wolfman Jack. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a Wolfman Jack knockoff.
Oh, I figured it was
because the kids didn't know who Wolfman Jack
was.
Well,
these kids don't know who Wolfman Jack is. They're not old like us.
No. So whenever I did that, yes, I know. But anybody who hears it knows, oh, hey, that's Wolfman Jack. And it's like, yeah. So
I was trying to read some of the comments here. This guy's like, wow, Wolfman Jack. Look at that. He knows who it is. What was you going to say? Go ahead.
I forgot as well. I got ADD as well, just like you.
Yeah. Oh, look at the squirrel.
So you got to see my view. If you can see my view from here, hang on one second. Let's see if is it going to be too bright?
Oh yeah,
Here's
and
from my
so
front porch.
you're in Colorado now. What
Yeah,
part
that's
of
my
Colorado are
front
you
porch.
in?
See the mountain? That's the Pikes Peak right there. So I can see that
Well,
from my front porch.
you know, being that you also moved from Texas, from Fort Worth, there is just nothing to see here. I mean, you can drive for hours in any direction and see nothing but brown grass. Where I live in Las
wrote
Vegas,
a bit. Yeah, I wrote a bit about that last time.
Well, I mean,
there.
you've been to Vegas. I mean, but it's like where I live. You know, the mountains, the palm trees, the golden sun coming up over. What's cool about Vegas is it's inside of a bowl, right? It's inside of a big mountain bowl in a valley, and that means the sun comes up kind of late, you know, and it goes down early, so you get this long dusk, this long golden sweet light with the palm trees, right? And it's like the gold is just shining down onto the pool, and it gives you the silhouette of the mountain, and it's just fucking gorgeous. Every time I come up over the hill, you know, when I'm coming down, people who live in Vegas, when you're coming out of Henderson down Sunset, right, over the mountain,
and Henderson Drive is amazing,
and you're headed into to downtown Vegas towards Tropicana, and you come down over that hill, and down below before you is all of Las Vegas, right? Like every single time I drive out there, I'm driving out there Tuesday, and when you come from Arizona, you go past the Hoover Dam, you go up over this huge hill, and just as you come over that precipice, if it's nighttime and there is Las Vegas below you, oh my God, it's the most beautiful thing ever. Fucking, there's nothing to see here in Dallas but brown grass, dead trees, and trash on the road, chicken bones. Nothing. It's trash.
The thing we noticed about the thing we noticed about Vegas is that when you're coming from Salt Lake City, if you go over one hill, there's these lights, and you think, I'm here, and you get there, and it's just a big electric company that has all. Yeah, and it's like, oh, this must be what's powering what's over the next hill. And so that's how, when you come down from Salt Lake, that's how that looks. And Dallas, as far as Dallas goes, that's a dime guitar on the wall.
Yeah.
Right there.
Did you laser that yourself, or did it come like that?
No, this is a Dime gave this one to me.
Over your shoulder is Dime Vision Award. That's the DVD that I did. I did this DVD called Dime Vision that I helped with Vinny. It's a DVD. It's out. You can get it.
Let me see if I can bring it in.
Well, you don't got to take it off the wall and everything. You don't got to do all that. Look at these hot shorts you got on.
Guitar I got for my 35th birthday. I had just met Dime, you know, and he found out it was my birthday. And he came up to the comedy club, and they gave me this guitar on stage. And Bob Zilla.
Oh, Bob Zilla drew it with a Sharpie or something? He did that?
Just a Sharpie. He decked it out. Says Chinaman.
Bob Zilla I can't turn my hair.
Did you do your tat? I was going to say what your tat was, because I noticed you had some tats.
Well, one of them is a TCB, but this one's it's remember how Vinny used to do his autograph?
Okay, hang on one second. Here's the autograph from Dime on the back. Chinaman, sorry if you feel like prison ass tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. And that's the Dime tat. That's the
that's Vinny's autograph.
Oh, that's what that is.
So the story on that was, you know, on his Pearl drums. Remember that little image is on his Pearl drums, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he called me. He says, we need to do a little logo for Pearl, and I said, I got an idea. Just use that little sketch that when you do an autograph. And he goes, that's a good idea. So I gave him a piece of paper, and he drew out about 10 of them, and we picked the one we wanted. We circled it. Excuse me. I scanned it and sent it to Pearl, and that's what ended up on the drum. So that's what this is. I still have that original piece of paper, and when he died,
wow,
I took that over to Bob Zilla, who was the bass player for both Hell Yeah and Damage Plan. And he did it for me. And this is the craziest thing. Bob Zilla will tell you this. When I emailed him, he had like tons and tons of emails. It was the 333rd email.
Wow.
And he clicked on it and he goes, that's just crazy, dude. He goes, yeah, you got to get over here right now. And I came over there and he put that little tattoo on. But anyway, I mean,
that kind of reminds me of the, what's the band that does the I'm a Creep? The Radiohead logo.
Radiohead, yeah.
Where
I sing that song in my band. I'll be singing that song tomorrow.
Nice.
We're having a big going away party here tomorrow because we're leaving Tuesday, and my band's playing at 10. We got a David Bowie tribute band called the Thin White Dukes playing at midnight, and one of the songs I do is "Creep." Actually, so
nice, man.
I'll live stream it. I'm going to
Yes.
live stream it.
You need to do that. You need to make sure.
So people can watch, and then it'll get banned from YouTube for the algorithm because of the music.
Oh,
The algorithm is so tight on YouTube that even as a band playing a cover, they will block it. They go, it has the melody of, and I'm like, what? So it's
well, I mean, it's weird because in music you can play other people's songs. In comedy, I can't do other people's jokes and just call it cover comedy. You know what I mean?
Let's just do cover
I'm doing
comedy.
a cover of Mitch Hedberg. It's just a cover.
I'm just going to
You
go
know?
up and do Sam Kinison the whole time and just,
You should. I was actually thinking of selling a lot of my bits, just going ahead and putting them on an Ethereum token, because what you can do is you can prove
you
that
do an
somebody owns it.
NFT.
Yes.
Do
I could
NFT
sell
comedy.
I could sell a like my cock bit and say whoever owns this token is allowed to tour across the US, do this joke. You can do it wherever until you don't want to do it anymore. You can also make money off of the you recording yourself.
But I don't think you can sell a joke that you've already did on a DVD.
Well, if somebody's using it to
because
tour
then
across
people are
the
going to
US.
just come up and then they're going to say, oh, you stole Chinaman's joke.
The reason is because I think that comics that are working out today don't know how to come up with big chunks and big bits. So if you can give a comic a chunk and say, hey, until you cut your teeth and start writing other jokes, just do this. This is going to kill.
Well, listen, comedy is just fucked in this new current. I mean, with the cancel culture, woke and all that. I mean, first of all, here you basically have titled the name of your character what is now considered a racial slur, or has been for a long time.
Yeah.
But there's not a black guy that just calls him the N-word, man. I mean, there was back in the 70s. There was
Didn't Howard Stern do that character or no?
No, I don't think he did, but I'm just saying it's like, the cancel culture is you can't tell a joke anymore. The whole point of comedy was to make fun of things and talk about, our similarities, our differences.
Okay.
And it's just like, what's left?
I noticed it in 2007 whenever I was just getting really big on the road there in 2007. I was making like $100,000 on the road. I got the audition for a college national convention, and there's over 500 colleges throughout the US that were there. And my agent was excited. He's like, man, each college you book's going to be over $2,000. You realize that, right? So I go on stage and I do my Chinaman show, and the kids are horrified. The college kids are sitting there looking at me like, he just said Chinaman. Oh my gosh, he just did a joke about Chinese people can't see. I got 0 bookings. 0.
Oh yeah, I mean
500 colleges, and that's when I knew something was wrong. That's when I knew
some kind of a blip Twitch or something. I guess you're using a capture card to connect the computer or something. I keep seeing like a blip or a Twitch.
I wonder if it's my cheap cam I got.
Because if I keep seeing like a thing moving on.
Yeah, I saw it for a second as well.
Yeah. But anyway, no. So when I think about the stuff we used to listen to as a kid, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor.
He had to apologize. Eddie Murphy had to apologize for his joke about faggots aren't allowed to look at my ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, don't even say it because YouTube will flag it. I mean,
let's rewind that.
Yeah. It's like, seriously, it's like,
no,
you think about
right.
MTV's theme song was Dire Straits, and they'd say, that little,
yes, with the earring and the makeup.
With the makeup and
is a millionaire.
And then they talk about the bongos and the chimpanzees. And so the song was racist. It was sexist. It was homophobic. It was all of those things. It was the theme song of MTV, which is the most woke channel in the world now.
Yeah.
And when I watch a lot of 80s movies, which I still do, like, people just called themselves, the FAG, like, yeah, stop it. And I did kind of think to myself, it must have been really hard to be gay growing up back then when it was perfectly okay on radio, TV, and movies to just slam and make fun of these people all you wanted. So I do think it's probably a good thing that we don't do that. But at the same time,
my gay son can handle it.
We can't even like talk about it anymore. YouTube will transcribe everything you say just the same way Siri does. It will analyze all of the words, and then if it finds words that it doesn't like, it will shadow ban the thing or
all right. Well, I'm sorry about that. I hope.
Well, no, it's okay. No, it'll be okay. But
Wow.
You can,
I heard that kids aren't even allowed to, even the games that we used to play as a kid, they now play Smear the Effeminate Man with the Football.
yeah. Like,
Smear.
Like, all right. There was one I saw recently, Brazil nuts. What did you guys call Brazil nuts growing up?
Ninja Toes.
Yes. Or
that's what I called them. What did you call them?
I still have
Let's leave it.
I still have some Ninja Please pics. When I was going through those photos that I sent you the other day, like I can't. It's like it's unbelievable how ubiquitous the Confederate flag was, like in our lives. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 15 years ago, everything you looked at had a rebel flag on it.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, there's the three.
That's the night he gave me the.
Oh yeah, there he is.
That's back when pics, I think.
That's back when we both had hair.
Yes. Yes. I forgot we both had hair.
At one time we both were balding. Now we're just bald.
We were both doing the comb over. Both of us were, and we didn't even know. Our girls wouldn't even tell us.
We were on the same path as for looks. I mean, we were brothers from another mother. You never know.
I'm your Asian counterpart. I'm the opposite on the opposite side of the world. If I were living, I would be your doppelganger.
Everybody thinks I'm Asian. I'm not. I'm zero Asian. I'm Scottish.
You have no Asian in you?
No, none.
Do you want some?
I can't even. No, I can't even do math. I can't even do my times tables. Yeah, that's what I remember. One of my favorite jokes that you ever did that was on the fly that you literally thought of is when you were doing. What was your character with the teeth? You were. Remember, you would
something Wong.
Something Wong. You would be something Wong. We were you, me, and Vinny, and whoever. We were sitting at some restaurant,
and I had these fake teeth in that made me look like that. I just couldn't speak it, and everybody talked to me like I was slow, and I kept talking normal. Like, why do you talk to me like I'm slow? My teeth had just messed up. Do you know what I mean? Don't talk to me like I'm slow.
And
the waitress, we were filming it. Remember, we were filming it. Bry Dog was filming it.
I think either he was filming it or I was filming it, but because I was Videobob, but. What you said that was so funny was she goes, hey, I don't want to be on YouTube, and you go, do you want to be on my tube?
Yes, I remember that.
That was the funniest shit you ever said.
Yes, I think it's my camera, my cheap ass camera.
Yeah, it is. What kind of they made in China?
Yes, I have a
Marcus Hilarious.
That's just a regular USB camera. I also have some of these cheap GoPros.
This guy said I would win the beauty contest.
Look at that. Even it's because of your silky white skin. Look at this. I can't get the proper lighting over here.
This is what I am way too. Let me turn the brightness down on this screen here. Hold on. If I turn it way down, does that help? Does that?
Oh no. You look good is what I'm saying. It looks all even, like you have some kind of soft lighting on you that evens out everything.
This is just the screen of my MacBook.
You can see freckles on my face. I mean, it's like, is that an Asian dude with freckles? See that right there?
Yeah.
It's like, that my lighting's all weird. I have all the camera stuff. I just don't have the lighting equipment. I don't know how to do
what I have is two Thunderbolt 27-inch screens that have and they're just white, and it's just the light coming on me. But I'm white. I'm translucent. I am as white as you can get. I don't tan. I just turn redder and burn. You can literally smell bacon cooking when I'm walking around in Vegas. I have to wear I carry an umbrella or something. I don't tan. I don't and Rachel's the same way. Rachel is as white as Kabuki. She's white. So Vegas is bad for us because we have to wear a hat or just don't go outside in the daytime. That's what I learned.
You'll be swimming in your pool at night a lot. I told Lindsay, if you trip coming out of your bedroom, you'll trip right into the pool at least. At least you'll have
you watched that video.
Yeah, dude, we loved your house. We thought that was amazing. I mean, you couldn't have picked a better place that was set up for you for what you
gotta watch some of the more recent videos because that video is about 4 months old when I first took possession of the property back in January. Here it is already 5 months later, and almost 5 months later. We're leaving Tuesday. Rachel's moving there to live. So Rachel and the cat, and I'm still going to be coming back and forth to move, get this house ready to sell. the housing market here in Dallas is on fire. I mean, I bought this house 10 years ago for like $100,000, and now it's worth like almost $5 million. It's crazy.
Wow.
And this is all going back to our crypto conversation, is that it's all about holding,
Yes.
really. Eventually everything goes up in value for the most part, no matter what it is.
I told my wife, I said maybe there's something to this real estate thing, because in 2011 when things crashed for me, 2010, we lost our house. We foreclosed on it. He was supposed to help me for 6 months. Yeah, he was supposed to help me for 6 months, just to get back on my feet until I got bookings. Well, he wasn't able to, so that's what he told me, but that was part of our agreement. But in the end, we lost our house. Then fast forward to now, we get a letter from Texas saying, "Hey, we have a large chunk of money here for you." I was like, "What?"
Really?
And sure enough, they gave us a big, large chunk of a check. I told my wife, I said, "Hey, there's something to this. You can even stop paying on land you own and still make money." How is that? How is that possible? They said when they auction the house, whatever goes over what I owed goes to the person who owned the house. And so it was like, wow, I still made money walking away. I said, we got to buy some more land if that's how it works.
I don't know if you saw one of the follow-up episodes on the house where I found a hidden bunker under the garage.
I did. I saw that. You got a nice, and then there was a safe. This guy's asking about the safe.
People keep asking about the safe. So the reason I haven't cut open the safe yet is because I'm supposed to have a meeting with the former owners, and we haven't done that yet. And before I take a blasting torch or saw to this thing, I want to see if he possibly knows the combination, because he had this safe for his whole life. And maybe he's just like, maybe he goes, "Oh yeah, here's the number," and I'll just open it. And I don't. And now, if he tells me, "Well, we've had this safe for 40 years and we never opened it because we didn't have the combination," and he doesn't know what's in it. But if he tells me, "Yeah, there's nothing in there, we just were using it as a weight, whatever," then I'm not going to hire a safe cracker and pay him like $500 to open it up or whatever. But I don't want to destroy it either, because if I can use the safe, I'd like to have it.
Yeah.
It weighs like 500 pounds, So I was thinking that's why I haven't done it yet. So hold tight.
But if you do, it needs to be like a Geraldo special where you're going in. Yeah.
Yeah. So, people just need to hang tight, and we'll eventually get to it. Let's see. I was trying to find my, I had a little animation for subscribe, but anyway, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do some notifications. I had some people that were complaining, this isn't normally what I do. This isn't my normal content. I had a couple of people complaining, "Hey, go back to the cars and we want to see this." And I go, "Look, you don't have to watch. This channel isn't about cars. It's not a car channel. This is the Videobob channel, right? And if I just happen to be working on a car or whatever, because sometimes I do a review of something I just bought. Maybe it's a watch, a pen, or an air fryer, or I got a car, or I went on a trip, or whatever, or I'm talking to, my old friend Chinaman. Yeah. Whatever I'm doing that day, that's what we're watching. If you don't want to watch it, there's always, you can go check out Jordan and the Lion, or Adam the Woo, or Video the Bob. I don't know, so that's all I got to say.
Right. And you don't really have a set time that you do it every time either. So that's
no, but I was thinking about setting up I'm setting up a new studio at the house. It's going to be really awesome. It's going to be a lot like this room. It's going to be red and gold and black, and I'm setting up a whole new studio. And I was thinking about doing a podcast like daily, doing a daily show at a certain time. Because really, if I could do anything for my life, I would want to be like a Joe Rogan or an Adam Carolla or something. But coming up with content, coming up with guests, man,
you have so many guests. You have so many people that so many rock and roll people, and you can say, "Hey, come on, let's talk about crypto."
These people don't want to admit they know me.
Oh, what? Really?
I don't know. I was stalling actually because I had this other guy that was going to come on, and he just, people put I do it myself. People don't put that much effort into podcasts. They're just like, who gives a shit? I could yell out the window and get.
But now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. Okay, here's what I told my girl. I'm doing 6 Comic-Cons this summer. I'm going to try to get on as many podcasts as I can because I think I'm a little bigger of a fish for podcasts, and podcasts are popular now. So I'm going to go look at the podcast and work my way down the thing and see which one's the better anime one. And I have stuff to give away. I got Dragon Ball Z hats I can give away.
Yeah.
You know.
And one of the things I also learned about podcasts is that you never know, like, think about 10 years ago or whatever when we watched Joe Rogan on Fear Factor. Nobody knew he was going to be the biggest podcaster in the world. The dude's making like $200 million, you know what I mean? Or people like Adam Carolla when he was doing the Man Show. So it's like I get asked to do podcasts all the time from people. And I got to admit, sometimes I'm a little snobby because I'll go look at their channel. I mean, I have 107,000 subscribers. I mean, that's pretty respectable. But compared to other people that have millions of viewers, that's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But at least I have the ability to reach. I mean, I only have a couple hundred people who watch us live. Most of my videos get, oh, here he is. I was waiting for this dude. Let's see. I'd love to come on. I've got in the way. 8 p.m. is my free time, not 7. All right. Well, you got fucked. So, yeah.
Well, 8 p.m.'s right now then, right?
It's 8 now. You could come on right now. Do it right now.
8 p.m. is my free time. Well, here you are.
We'll do it now. Come on. I'm waiting on you. I sent you the link. I sent you the backstage link. And also, you and I are on a Facebook page called Crypto to the Moon.
Nice.
There's only like 250 people on there. But hey,
that was started by me and Johnny, by Rajani actually. Johnny made me a moderator.
Okay.
So I just let people in.
So it's called Crypto to the Moon.
Yeah.
Go find that on Facebook and join with us. Me and Mark are on there. And we're going to talk about the Dogecoin. We're going to talk about all the cryptos. And, we'll get that page pumping and get it going. I find a lot of good information on there. I'm sure there's tons and tons of crypto pages out there that are talking about Bitcoin and everything. But here's the thing. It's like I see all these YouTubers and all these influencers just like me and you. And who the hell are who are we? What do we know? If here's my advice to people. It's like without getting too deep and introspective here.
And this is not financial advice.
This is not financial advice. I've told this story before. I'm like, look, all right, there's a lot of pretentiousness to me, and it started off being that I had something to prove. And, when you're like a ghetto kid, you feel like you got something to prove. But what I learned is that I'm trying to think of the best way to say this because I'm a cunning linguist, but, only to a point. When I was a kid and you would meet somebody who you respected that you thought was a badass, a Tony Soprano, right? They always wore the same Rolex and they had a Corvette and they had the girl with the big titties and they just had a certain look to them. They dressed like Vinny. Like Vinny was a badass. He had a snakeskin boots with the tips.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he had a Rolex. It was
a brand. It was a brand.
He's got a shirt open with the gold chain. He had the interesting hat, the interesting beard,
the Lee press-on hair on the chest.
That dude was hairy. I've seen him naked.
Real?
He's hairy.
I've seen him naked.
I've seen him naked.
YouTube's gonna flag that.
I used to drive his tour bus. He'd have to change clothes. There wasn't a lot of room in there.
Yeah.
The funniest thing in the world is watching him come out of the shower and Bride Dog in there with 2 cans of Axe going, shh. And he put his arms up and spun around in a circle, and Brian would just spray him down with Axe. It was hilarious. Anyway, that's funny. I've seen every version of Vinny that there is to see.
That was closer than I ever got.
But the point is that, people looked up to him. And when you saw him, even if you didn't know who Vinnie Paul was, you knew you were in the presence of a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
Just people would come up to him and go, "Are you that guy? Who are you? Are you that Lemmy guy? Who are
Lemmy?"
You?
That's what they would all say. That most he got that one
because of the hat. He hated that. Oh God. Yeah. Or they'd mix him up with his brother. And Daryl was the same way. Daryl had the mustache, the beard, the pink beard. Like who the fuck walks around with a pink beard? You know what I mean? So, and I, not going to lie, I emulated that behavior. I learned a lot hanging around with Vinny and Dime and all these other rock stars that we met, and you are included in that. And I'm like, I have this personality, but I need to figure out a vehicle to sell it, right?
Mhm.
But one of the things that I learned is that, so people will go, okay, why would you spend the money to buy a Rolls-Royce Phantom? You could have used that money to buy a brand new Mercedes or brand new BMW, or you could have bought a whatever. And I go, but here's the thing. When you go meet somebody, you pull up somewhere, you pull up to a restaurant, or you go or want to do business. And let's say a guy wants to buy a $100,000 car from me. And I roll up and I've got a really nice watch, a really nice car, a really nice outfit. And I'm wearing some brands that, I got like Fendi, Prada, whatever. My fly is dripping. Wait, okay. But you know what I mean? It's like, at least they could look at you and go, well, this guy's got about something. He's got some kind of money, this guy's fly, right? So when I see a quote financial advisor guy on YouTube bragging to me about cryptocurrency, but he drives like a Honda Accord or whatever, I'm just like, listen, I don't really think that you're frugal and driving a sensible car. I think you don't really know shit and you haven't really made any money.
You're working off of the old world flex, okay? The old school flex, okay?
Exactly.
But nowadays, as desperate as people are, that old school flex can get you jacked, So a lot of these people like to hang low, like the guy I follow, Bowtie Bull on Twitter.
Isn't that your cousin?
Bowtie Bull?
No,
Bowtie Bull. What's that? Hung?
Yeah. What I thought. Wasn't that your cousin? Oh, Woo is your cousin.
Woo and woohoo.
Woo.
It's been a while since I've done my act. I got a booking today. Somebody emailed me and said, "Hey, how much do you want to come back to Appleton, Wisconsin? You had a pretty big following here, and they sold the club, and people have been requesting you." And first thing I thought was, I still do comedy.
Yeah.
Because I kind of basically quit a couple years ago because of the sensitivity. I didn't want to retool my act. They were going through canceling people. They tried to cancel me over the Ninja Please joke when I was saying ninja.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my ninjas at? I mean, online, people were attacking me saying, hey, remember that one time when you were saying ninja when you really meant to say the N-word? We see what you're doing. And it's like, wow, I never wrote that just to and they were doing it with a hard R. They're saying you did it just so you could say that word. And I'm like, no, it's a takeoff on what you guys say, but it's not, and I'm Asian. Yeah, they and that was a comic.
But I get what you're saying. So, but what you're saying is that in today's world, having the nice car and the watch is somebody's going to rob you or something. Yeah. So don't forget, I might be moving to Vegas, but I'm from Texas.
Okay, there goes the YouTube censors right there. Yeah. If we didn't do it with the F word, we did it with that. Right there.
They just passed constitutional carry here in Texas. No license needed. Constitutionally, you own a gun, you can carry it. That they just passed that yesterday, I think.
Open carry as well, right?
Yeah, they don't give a shit. They go, it's your constitutional right. Carry your pew wherever you want to go. And there you go. I think it passed I think they're moving it to the Senate or whatever, but it's like Governor Abbott here is not effing around. He was like, look, we're done with the masks. We're done with it. You don't have to stand 6 feet. You can dry hump whoever you're standing next to. We don't care. Do whatever you want. I mean, even my nurses, I had to go to the doctor today for follow up on my foot because I have a foot injury. And they were asking me, about my vaccination and all this. I go, I'm not getting that shit. And they were like, and they go, we're not getting it either. We're not. And I was like, really? They're like, they make us wear these masks. I was like, you guys are cool. I like these Republican doctors I have. These are great. And I have a friend in Vegas. I hope he's not watching. He just lost his left leg below the knee because he took the Johnson & Johnson shot. He got in his foot. It went septic. And they had to cut his leg off.
No, they're going to say, hey, he was going to lose that leg anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was perfectly fine.
That's probably
he had no injuries. It was perfectly fine.
Yeah. Are you
he got the shot a couple days later, and he was told not to talk about it. The media, he's like, don't talk about this. Did
they give him money to not talk about this?
No, they just said it was a bad idea.
Okay, and at my wife's work, they might think about doing it, making it. I told her, if they make it mandatory, you're walking off. I said, they imagine if Target, which is a woke company, imagine if Target decided they wanted to do that, and all the people who didn't want the vaccine just walked off. That would really hurt Target. I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't really go to Target very often, but usually they're boarded up and the glass is broken. But I don't. Do people shop at Target? I walk in there and I go, this is Kmart except still open.
Yes.
Like,
yeah, it is. It really is. It's Kmart with red.
I love the red. I love giant
Kmart.
concrete.
I loved Kmart. Kmart was one of my favorite places to go when I was a kid.
It was great, but and I only go to Walmart because I have to, because sometimes you need to get some. This, one of the things I love about my new place in Vegas is like right down on Sunset. Anybody knows Henderson, knows Sunset Avenue. It's like I'm 2 minutes away from Trader Joe's, Sprouts, Whole Foods, like every restaurant I want to go to. Where I live here in Dallas, there's a lot of restaurants, but it's like Jack in the Box, Whataburger. There's like 12 chicken places.
Fold and do it again. Fold it over, do it again. Next city, same thing. Next city, same thing.
It's just the same ubiquitous stuff. I mean, there you have.
We used to go to all kinds of Asian places and different places that were mom and pops in Vegas all the time. Remember,
dude? Vinny's the one who got me onto that Tom Kha Kai. I mean, we would go over. Yeah, dude. There's no place around here to get Tom Kha. I mean, you can't get a baked lobster sushi roll over here. You can't get like nothing. There's like Jack in the Box, McDonald's, Whataburger,
and like you said,
Taco
the scenery
Bell.
sucks. The scenery sucks in Dallas. Here's what I don't notice. I haven't been there in 4 years. Back in 4 years. I went there last time and I told my wife, I said, look, I'm already writing a bit when I'm back. The only time that you can see the mountain here and you can see all houses and everything because there's valleys and stuff. There's all kinds of hills here in Colorado. You go to Texas, the only time that you see the rest of the things around you is when you're on the overpass. You go over 635 and you're like, hey, there's Dallas, there's Plano. Hey, look, there's Irving over there. There's Las Colinas, and you can identify them. Then you go to Fort Worth, and you're on the overpass on 820, and you're like, hey, there's the water tower for Saginaw. There's the water tower for Azle. There's the water tower for – it's all water towers in Fort Worth.
Remember the North Richmond Hills water tower was in my backyard?
Yes.
I used to tell people, I used to give them directions. I go, I live next to the water tower in North Richmond, and you could see it for miles. It was like, because there's nothing in Dallas, and how about this? When a friend would come to visit Dallas and they go, okay, I'm here. What is there to do? Nothing. Yeah. Like I could take you I could take you to see where Kennedy was shot.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's Six Flags. I found out Six Flags is actually a pretty awesome amusement park that a lot of Australians will visit from Sydney to Arlington simply because they have direct flights, and it's one of the cheapest places you can go to an amusement park from Sydney, Australia. Because otherwise they have to go to Disneyland in France or Japan or whatever, or they have to go to Florida. And it's, they have these direct flights. And so, because when I went to Sydney, Australia a couple years ago, we said Dallas, go, oh yeah, right, we're going there for Six Flags. And I had no idea that Six Flags was that popular for a lot of international visitors. But other than that, that's it. And one of the things I like about also being in Vegas, I'm only like a 3.5 hour drive to LA. I can get up early in the morning and be having a Pink's hot dog on Melrose Avenue. I mean, I could go shopping. I can go.
It's perfect for you. Vegas is perfect for you, dude. You are what you do. You're gonna have so much success there because you're around all the conventions.
I know they've already got me booked at the Greek Theater next week.
That's what I'm trying to tell you is that Greek Theater. What the hell? I thought they blew that thing up.
I don't even know. I don't know if it's still there. I don't know.
They blew it up about 2011, I think.
What casino was that part of?
That was the Greek Isle.
Oh, the Greek Isle. Yeah.
And I am one of the few who can say I had a show at the Hard Rock in Vegas. It's gone. It's gone
where did you do it at Wasted Space, or where was it?
Wasted Space.
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of side trim out of that Wasted Space. That was a good time.
Oh yeah.
Vegas, before the wife.
Yeah, it was. I remember.
That was 2005, 2006. So yeah, no, Vegas is just, everybody's told me how many times you go to Vegas and it's like, man, why don't I live here? It's not for everybody. I'm not an addict. I don't smoke. I don't drink really. I don't do drugs. I don't gamble. So none of those vices are going to really hurt me. The tranny hookers, I'm still trying to get over. But other than that, I just, I love the lights. I love the bands. I love the restaurants. I'm going to get so fat. living there.
Yeah, if you don't have kids, it's great.
Yeah, I don't have kids, so I don't have kids. We have a cat.
My kids are old enough now, so it would be nice for my kids to be there too. Because
yeah, like how old are they now?
26 and 24.
Yeah, Rachel's daughter, who just graduated Harvard Law, just had a baby. That makes us grandparents now. So I now have a gilf.
Harvard Law.
Yeah. So
So
hey,
she's
not my
liberal.
kid. It was her kid.
So she's
Hey, well, she's actually really conservative. She's like a Greek
cool.
Orthodox, but and my wife is super liberal. Rachel. She's we just learn not to talk about it.
Yeah.
We just don't discuss it in the house.
I just smile now when people say anything in public. I just smile. Just whatever. Look at you. That was a good one right there.
We just don't talk about it. We just don't talk about it. All right, look, we've been on here an hour and a half, or I have been. I'm sure there's something better we could do. This was fun.
It was good catching up with you, man. You look great. I'm happy for your.
You're only saying that because I look like you.
I'm happy. But I didn't want to be white. I didn't want to be white. You're whiter than I am.
But you're black from the waist down. I still know your whole act by heart.
Yeah, that's why I said if you want to rent it out and you can go tour doing it, you can go to these clubs. I can send you to that one in what is it? Skyline in Appleton. Be like, hey, here's Gallagher 2. Here's Chinaman 2.
This guy says, he goes, this is great. You can't write this shit. Actually, you can. He wrote it. I was an attempted comedian 20 years ago, back in 2000. I had a comedy TV show called Comic Spotlight. It was a syndicated show. We did 10 episodes of it. It sucked. We used to film it.
My favorite is your joke about the vacuum.
That was the only one I had. I mean, that was the only good one. I had my joke about the vacuum. You can go search for Comic Spotlight on my other channel, on my Robert Mosley channel, and watch some of the episodes. I was terrible. I used to do jokes about what was the joke about the joke about the vacuum was that guys don't shop for vacuums. They just find one on the side of the road and fix it. And, it was a $1,500 vacuum. And they said, well, the reason it's valuable is because you can reduce the suction for vacuuming your lace drapes. And I said, I want a vacuum that's so powerful that every time I vacuum, that people's shoes in China are stuck to the floor. Again, probably I couldn't do that joke now because
if anything, that would be the one that I wanted to get from you. If anything,
you can have it. It's yours.
Hey, all right. Look, I don't even have to buy that off the Ethereum token.
Got a free joke out of that. So I tried to do comedy.
You did the voice too. You did the round eye vacuuming on the other side of Earth. I'd be able to do stuff but every time I can't do nothing when round eye vacuuming.
Yeah, that was my only good joke. I had I can't remember. My other joke was talking about how lesbians wear men's jeans and their ass looks like a back of a truck. It's like all these jokes. You could not do any of these jokes anymore. Nope. And we used to rent out the Lakewood Theater, which is no longer around really, but it was this huge theater. I would do a showcase. I think the biggest comic I had on with me at the time was Carrot Top before he got his show in Vegas. Nice. And that's how I knew Carrot Top and introduced him to Vinny. And then I started doing radio just as like you did. I was on a show called The Mish Show on 105.3, The Talk, which came on before Russ Martin, who died recently. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, some of us were okay with that.
Yeah, I was perfectly fine with it because the dude was a dick.
He was a dick.
But he wasn't a nice guy at all.
He needed to be flushed.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of work with the Eagle because I think I told the story before. Back in 94 on The Edge, which was owned by Mormons at the time, I was the Edge Christmas Santa Claus, and they would parade me out dressed as Santa. And I remember I was on stage and I had Belinda Carlisle on my lap and I had the chick from the Four Non Blondes. I was the Edge Christmas Santa on stage with Belinda Carlisle. And she goes, she's got the microphone. She goes, so are you excited to be here, Santa? And I go, well, it's no candy cane in my pocket. And she's like, okay, So they remember in Man on the Moon when they throw Tony Clifton off the lot like that, they kicked me out in the Santa suit at that moment. They were done with me, right? They would go, you have offended us. We were a Mormon corporate. I go, you're playing
my gosh,
new wave music.
Wow.
And So then the Cindy Skull from the Eagle heard about this. She thought it was so funny that I became the Eagle Santa. The Eagle is the heavy metal station.
I know Cindy. Cindy's good people. She's good people.
Yeah, and this is back in like 95. So I became the Eagle Santa, and me and Russ Martin used to go to Buckner Children's Home and other charity events, and I was Santa Claus because I was a rent-a-mall Santa. I used to work at Northeast Mall and Hewlin Mall as a Santa Claus. Kids would sit on my lap. I mean, somewhere out there are thousands of kids' photo albums from the 90s sitting on my lap as Santa. I mean, I was only like in my early 20s, but I was fat, and I put on the makeup and the beard, and I could do the voice. So, and I was Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. What would you like for Christmas, little boy? Clearly you want the new Nintendo. And the parents are going,
yeah. And we've had enough of you. Get out. You're not helping any of our pocketbooks.
Yeah, I used to love to mess with. So, but that's how I got to know.
You want a puppy? I can do that.
Yeah, a parrot. I can get you a parrot. It only lasts 75 years.
I'll never forget this as long as I live. This little girl sat on my lap, and I said, "What would you like for Christmas?" And she goes, "I just want my daddy to come back home." And I was just like, And I was just like, I don't know the story of Dad, but it couldn't have been good. And I was just like, oh my God, get her off of my, But half the time the kids would just sit there and pick their nose, be like, I don't know, and then you're trying to make suggestions like, how about a bike? And the parents are going,
So the Edge.
I was a terrible Santa.
Did you actually work for the Edge? Did you know a lot of? I know the guy who made the Edge, who started. I
wasn't an Edge employee. I was just a volunteer, and they would give me free tickets and things. But I pissed them off with that joke. They didn't. And I also brought with me a bunch of girls from Hard Bodies that were my elves. I had these sexy elves with me. And they all had giant candy canes. They were like.
Gripping on, yeah.
I mean, and so I thought this was hilarious, right? They didn't think it was funny at all, but the Eagle loved it, and so that was why I always had free tickets to shit in the 90s because, I'd say, hey, I want to go to this Ozzy show at Santa Claus, and they would, and so I had this other great gig where I wore the Santa suit and we would go to topless bars, and this is back when Polaroids were a thing. And we would sell Polaroids with Santa for $5. And we did this for years. I made tons of money doing this. Well, as they invented cell phone cameras and whatnot, I had to quit doing it because people just take the picture and run away,
Yeah.
But this was one of my seasonal gigs that I did all the way up until like 2004, I think probably was the last year I did it, because by that time everybody had a camera in their pocket.
Did that get you Santa action? Did that get you some Santa action?
Not really. Nobody wants a, fat, hairy guy. It's like I had no game back then. I didn't have any skill. I didn't have any game back then. It wasn't, I don't think that kicked in until about the time you met me, because when I started going on tour with the band, I realized like, wow, these groupies like literally go to the concert with the plan in their head that they want to screw a roadie.
Right.
Like that's their plan.
Right.
And so you guys used to make fun of me because I'd walk around with like every laminate and a radio and like I'm clearly with the band.
Yes.
And then I just hang out by the women's restroom and pretend as, oh yeah, 7 Mary 3, come in, whatever. And the chicks who walk past and they're like, oh hi, you're with the band. We'd like to meet the band. I go, we don't need to meet the band. Let's just go onto the bus and hang out, and the band will come to us. And so we'd go on the bus with the girls. And then sometimes Vinny would walk on to left his hat or somebody come on and go, oh, sorry, oh God, burned my eyes. Oh my God. And, and so after that happened, I just turned into the world's biggest asshole. And that's back when you knew me. So, the thing about it is I certainly deserved a lot of the hate that I got back then, because introspectively, when I look back on the way I used to be and the way I used to act, and, that was a long time ago. And it's like, I could see why, because just nobody likes what you and I were back then.
Yeah,
we were both dicks.
Yeah, we were.
We were just full.
It was our iconoclastic era. It was our iconoclastic era. We thought that we were icons. We all did.
And I'm still,
even though we were just waiting for girls to bounce off of them and stick to us. That was kind of, you know what I mean? I was going to say the P word. We were waiting for P to bounce off of them and stick to us. You know, there were so many times that a girl would be hanging out with you, and you'd be thinking, this girl's flirting with me, and it makes me feel good. And then as soon as Monkey from Korn walks by, she's like, "Who's that?" And you see the look in her eye change from, "Well, I thought you were kind of neat to hang out with," to, "Who am I gonna hang out with next?" It was, man, constant.
Well, I knew I was being used just so that they could get the Tom or somebody, but I was fine with it. I mean, but Bob Zilla literally came on the bus one time and just like pulled a chick, hey, just took her with him, okay, bye. Sloppy seconds. Fine with it. I was fine with it. It was cool. But, those were the days. And even to this day, I still dress weird. I still act weird. I mean, we still have our facial hair and the way we dress and the things we say. And it's like, it just becomes ingrained in you. And it's like,
it is, your personality and everything about you is a taking of spice off of everybody you met from the beginning of your life. You're like, it's the same thing as why I don't watch stand-up comedy, because I'll look at comedy and go, I like the way he holds his microphone. I like him being cocky.
You don't want to accidentally absorb any of it, is what you're saying,
Yes. But when it comes to regular people's personalities, I absorb personalities. All right.
But you can't hang around people like Vinny and Dime that were so dynamic and not absorb it, because look at all the people who ever hung around Vinny and Dime that was part of their posse. We all
had part of their spice.
We all,
whether it be the hat or the bandana or the chain or the necklace or a hat. We all had a little bit of Vinny or a little bit of Dime that we all wanted. That we all wore camouflage shorts, cargo shorts. We all did.
Yeah, like we all. So, I mean,
yes, we emulated them, and I steal only the best traits from people. I don't steal.
But walking around Vegas, like I love when I meet like an 80-year-old magician and the dude is still dyeing everything black and he's still got, you know what I mean? And it's like, hold on to it, brother.
Elvis. It's like Elvis, right? You still haven't given up.
But Elvis was only 42 when he died. I mean, he wasn't that old.
But it's like Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
Or you're just like, hey, you look like you'd have been cool back in the day, but you kind of look like you're stuck back in 1970.
This guy here, just effects. This is Dan McNew. You remember Dan, I think.
Yes, they were amazing to hang with. You have a lot of pictures that I don't have. I mean, I wish I could get in touch with more people.
Well, I was the picture taker guy. I was Videobob. I mean, that was my thing. And looking back on it, everybody used to get mad at me for taking pictures because this was pre-social media. So people were still kind of shy about photos.
Oh.
It wasn't until after social media became a thing. Because we're all used to selfieing everything. We take pictures of our fucking dessert. But back then, people were still kind of shy. They felt like their privacy was being invaded. Whereas now, cameras are so ubiquitous. Our phone has a camera on it. Our computer has a camera. You walk into a store. We're surrounded by cameras all the time, and we're aware that we're always being recorded. And we're also aware that there is no privacy anymore. Privacy is the thing of the past. But back in the early 2000s, still, you took somebody's picture and they were like,
Well, I think that you should take a lot of those pictures and do like William Shatner did. Make 100 trading cards with those photos and say, hey, these are NFTs. You can buy them and trade them. These are Videobobs. Okay, that's it. Okay,
there's an idea.
But I think Rita should do that. Rita has so many photos of Dime that she can put it to even a little squeal. She can say, hey, you can own this picture and you can own the squeal, and you can put the squeal in any song you want. You can put the squeal in any, and it's just a wah. I mean, how many of those do you think Dime has? I mean, you could probably do a set of 1,000 trading cards, sell them, I mean, and then.
Yeah, I'm still learning about the NFTs, and it's an interesting thing, and I'm surprised that it's a thing, but people will just spend money on just.
Rita's got a whole cove of money waiting on it. I mean, just those squeals. If somebody said, I own this fucking Dime squeal, I can put this on any song I want.
This guy said, what was the wink? It's probably just a facial tick. He said I winked. I don't know what the wink was. You have to tell me what the wink is. I don't know I didn't wink. It's probably just my eyes.
When were you winking?
Yeah, like,
What did he think it had to do with?
Got my brown eye winking at you. Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
The NFTs.
The NFTs. Oh, when I give advice to people about when kids or just people, they ask me, they go, Videobob, I want to be like you. I want to have cool cars and money and stuff. I go, look, sell shit to rich people, right? Whatever your job is, make sure that the end product is going to rich people, because rich people are always rich and they like spending money. If you're going to sell cars, don't sell Kias, sell Cadillacs. If you're going to sell jewelry, don't sell jewelry at the Walmart, counter. Go to Jared's and sell the, whatever. You know what I mean?
If you're going to do comedy, don't go to Hyenas, go to the Improv.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing about Dallas. You got 2 comedy clubs, 3 if you want to drive far enough.
Yeah.
It's like there's just not the entertainment that you can get in Vegas. But anyway, and that's just kind of my advice. So, I sell the stuff I sell is completely worthless. And I'll say it to the buyer's face. This is a completely worthless car. You're not going to drive it anywhere. You're just going to look at it. It's hard to drive. It's miserable inside here. You're going to hate it. I'll take one. They're just, yeah. You know what I mean? I've sold almost 40 DeLorean time machines.
Wow.
We've done 8 Blues Brothers cars, 8 Night Riders, 2 A-Team vans, couple of the Ghostbuster cars. I built the car that's at Universal Studios Florida, the time machine there. So if you ever go there, you'll see that car. Not to mention we've done, I don't know, something like 500 proton packs.
Wow.
There's nothing more worthless than a Ghostbuster proton pack. It's a big plastic backpack with lights in it.
You're devaluing your booster pack.
I tell it to their face. I go, this thing is $3,000. It's a 35-pound plastic backpack with lights in it, so that a 40-year-old guy can dress up like a Ghostbuster. Right? Okay, I'll take one. Right? Can't make them fast enough.
Wow.
So these guys that sell art for, that just throw paint on a canvas like Jackson Pollock and then sell it for $40,000. Like, look at Supreme. No bigger dummies than the people who buy Supreme shit. Supreme bricks, Supreme wrenches, Supreme fanny packs. They take everyday items and then put Supreme on it, and then they go, oh, I got to have this. And I'll just go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it. I just want to be the guy who's cashing it in. So, I don't know. Anyway,
but the NFT, did you hear, real quick, I'll tell this last NFT story. It kind of started out with William Shatner, who made a 90,000 trading cards from photos that he had, and he did all the glurgs on each one and made them into trading cards. He sold them on the WAN blockchain, WAN blockchain, for $1 a piece. Well, they're trading now. Some of them are trading for $50. Some of them are trading for $100. 90,000 at $1. He just got a quick $90,000. They sold out within the first couple of hours.
But I think it's it costs money to make an NFT. You have to,
go to OpenSea.io. I think it is OpenSea.io, and you can do it for $7. You can create an account and you can release as many NFTs as you want.
Wow, I need to get into that. Well, before we go, let's ask the governor if he has anything to say.
Don't buy Doge. It's a pump and dump. It's crazy. Okay, buy the Safe Moon.
It's going to the moon.
What is it at right now? Do we know?
Let's look. It's been going back and forth between like 68 and 70 cents.
Okay.
69 cents,
It's going to go to $1 this weekend. So you can at least make 30%. I'm believing you can at least make 30% on your investment. But I'm going to dump at $1. I'm going to dump at $1. I'm jumping off. So
this is what I'm doing. When all you dummies dump, when I see it go back down to cheap, like 25 cents, I'm going to buy another $1,000 worth of it.
Okay.
All right. I'm waiting for that. I'm going for the long haul. Dogecoin doesn't get to be the third held crypto.
You're not going to BNB. You're not going to pass BNB. BNB is not going to let you guys do that. They're second under Ethereum. BNB blockchain is those guys got a lot of money.
It's number 4 position right now.
I know. They'll pump money into it just to try to make sure it doesn't, is what I'm saying. It might flip in it for a second. Ethereum's going to flip in Bitcoin coming up. They said when Ethereum.
What do you think is the highest selling pump and dump there ever was that went high and then went low and then never came back? What would you say that is?
I think we're going to see it's Doji. It's Doge. I think we're going to see it's Doge. I don't know of any other one that wrecked as many people. That's gonna wreck as many people. Could you imagine? People are just buying the hype, and then they buy it $1, and it sells all the way down to 37 cents. What would you do if you were like, I'm going to put $1,000 in? You know, they say.
I think you're going to hold it though.
Cardano. If you would have held Cardano, you could have tripled your money. No, it's not, fool. What was the? Oh, it's not. It's not going to be the one that's the pump and dump. All right, we'll see.
Pump, pump, pump. That's what he says.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. That's okay.
Because SNL's going to will pump and then gone. I don't think it's just going to go away. I think it'll come back. What is this? He goes, I can't wait for Doge to take off so I can buy my TCB necklace. That's what he's saving up for.
Right. I like other coins like Link.
Johnny says it's not ever going to get to $1. I think it will.
I think it will. Just because
I think it will.
That's why I said I'm going to be watching the whole price on that night tomorrow night.
What do you mean it has no utility? It's already being used as a currency. People are already.
Thank you very much. No, they're trading it, but that's all they do with it. You got to understand, Bitcoin now has EFTs. The banks are getting involved. I mean, Visa accepts it.
This is true. Like no one is arguing Bitcoin. And here's one of the things is about Bitcoin is that people look at the price of Bitcoin and they just think to themselves, it's no point. I mean, God, it's $56,000.
You're right.
$1,000.
You're right.
I can't do anything with it. Even I look at it. I have very little Bitcoin. You know, like to buy one Bitcoin right now is $57,807. Shit.
Okay. So that's how. So going with that mentality, this is why you should look on Coinbase and say, hey, these are only 10 cents because everybody thinks exactly how you said, and you got a lot of noobs coming in, and just so buy $100 of the 10-cent one, buy $100 of the 2-cent one. Do you know what I mean? That's the way to hedge your bets. Those will double. Just because people I can't afford a whole Bitcoin.
Yeah. I can. Well, you know,
that's the mentality. So you got to go with them. How they're going to hype it. That's it.
Let's go back to 1998 when Videobob got totally jacked on Beanie Babies.
Wait a minute.
And I lost.
Are you telling me
I lost my ass on Beanie Babies because the secret to Beanie Babies was buying them, you know, retail for $3.
Yeah.
And then you sold them for hundreds of dollars. My dumb ass was buying them at high points thinking they were going to go higher. And then the bottom fell out of, you know, this guy, he's talking about Furbies over here. He's like, Furbies. There was
they're like beanie EFTs. NFTs. Yeah. You had NFTs that just didn't pan out.
So think about this. Before, and the Beanie Babies is a great example of Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. But at least you had a physical thing. But that was probably one of the first times. It wasn't the first time there was a hype about a toy. I mean, we're old enough to remember Cabbage Patch Kids and things like that, right? The Tickle Me Elmo craze and stuff. I remember, you know, my ex-wife Allison making me drive all over town to get a Tickle Me Elmo. And I go, we don't even have kids. She goes, I want one. They're going up in value. Well, we did the same thing with Beanie Babies, and Beanie Babies was traded like stocks as a commodity. You know, if you got that, like Princess Diana Barrett was going for thousands of dollars. Yes, you know,
I remember that one.
Right, and I had one. I bought one of the purple Princess Di Bears, but I think I had 700 in it. And then, you know, I had thousands of dollars worth of Beanie Babies. I had them in the little glass case with the new in the tags, and then I don't know what happened. Like it just something.
I think people discovered that it only took material and some beans to make those.
Well, cryptocurrency takes nothing at all. You know,
I think people. Do you know what I mean? Which is it takes nothing.
You know what I'll tell you happened. I'll tell you what happened. eBay happened. eBay came around the scene about 97, 98. Yeah. And as people started had the ability to trade on a worldwide market, the supply opened up. And whereas before that, you just had to drive around to all the stores and look for them.
Yeah.
And then now you could find them online.
It's like the Funko Pops. Everybody's doing those Funko Pop things right now.
I don't get the Funko Pops.
Okay, that's the same thing as Beanie Babies.
I thought about doing a Funko Pop of me. We should do a Videobob Funko Pop. We need a Chinaman Funko Pop.
Well, you know, I wanted a bobblehead with this.
Yeah. But nobody does bobbleheads anymore. Nobody does the bobblehead. You know, but Funko, I don't get the Funko. They all look alike, the Funko Pops.
Yeah.
You know, so Dan over here says he's investing in very rare vinyl records. You know, everything, you know, one of the things that I talk about on my channel, because you haven't watched all my videos, but the things that I would always harp on, it's like, I would talk about buying things at the bottom of their depreciation. You know, like I've got a tour bus. I have a Prevost tour bus, sort of like the one Vinny had. And if you buy it when it's depreciated all the way, it just won't go down any further. And so I always try to find depreciated assets. You know, like my Rolls Royce, it's 15 years old. It's a $700,000 car or $600,000 car that I bought for $58,000. It's like almost it might go down a little bit, but it's always going to maintain at least 10% of its value. But when you're dealing with cryptocurrency, you're dealing with something that started off as nothing and is still nothing. So we've given it value. I mean, at least gold. This is 14 karat gold. I can weigh it. I can hold it.
How do you know? How do you know that's gold? Do you do that?
Because I know it's gold.
How do you know? Okay,
because
remember back in the days, they used to they would take and bite the gold because if it had lead in it, it would bend.
I know it's gold.
That's how they knew, and it became a Bitcoin. Weird.
Where's my snare drum?
Weird. Now think about it. It was a Bitcoin.
Now, what do you think about pump and dumps like GameStop? Were you in on the GameStop thing?
No. Didn't. I always get out at the wrong time. Hey, don't. It looks like you're kissing me.
Everybody wants to see Rachel.
It looks like you're kissing me.
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel, how you doing?
I'm talking. Oh, she can't hear you. I'm talking to Chinaman.
Oh, hey.
She can't hear you. He's saying hi.
Hi.
There he is. We look. We're like doubles. It's like a mirror. He was like, "Yeah, don't do that. It looks like I'm kissing you."
Let's not do this.
Well, you know, she said you're darker.
Yeah, I ride my bike quite a bit.
He says he rides his bike a lot.
This is all white. In fact, my wife said it looks like they popped my head and my arms off.
But you see this woman, she's white as a ghost. I mean, we're both
very dark.
We go around here like, we are white people. We are. Our credit rating is amazing. Anyway, I'm about to get off of here.
Yeah, we've been on for about 2 hours.
Yeah, we were getting off here an hour ago. But somebody was asking about the GameStop and stuff. Did you do the GameStop and all that? No. Yeah, see, I have been afraid to start investing, and the thing is I'm putting a little bit of money into it just for closers here. Like I said, we're not financial advisors, even though I'm watching this 69-cent Dogecoin. I can afford to take a couple of $1,000 and just throw it out the window, and I'll be fine. The rent's paid, the bills are paid. If you don't have money to just throw it, because consider anything you invest gone.
Yeah.
If you make some money with it, great. But it's just like when you fly to Las Vegas, somebody will say, "Okay, I got this $500. I'm going to gamble this, and when it's gone, it's gone. Don't dip back into your pocket." And what my theory is if you could have bought, coulda, woulda, shoulda, but if you could have bought Bitcoin back when it was a fraction of a penny and you bought $1 worth and you held on to it all these years later, 10 years later, you'd have $1 million, right? Yeah. So if you just put $1, I'm talking about like $1 or $5 into some of these penny stocks.
You're right.
These coins. And, you know, with Dogecoin, I went kind of crazy with it. I could potentially lose up to $1,000.
Nah, you won't lose 1,000. I think you'll at least walk away with 20%.
I don't think it's going to go lower than 30 cents.
Yeah,
it's never going to do. But I think that we are going to see it pop $1. Mm-hmm. We're going to see it. We're going to see the people who want to cash out. It's going to drop back down. I don't think it's going to go down to any worse than it is now. And then I think it'll slowly come back up because everyone in the world is going to keep talking about it. Nobody can stop talking about it.
And they don't understand. They don't even understand that one guy has 23% of the Doge. At any moment, that guy could just flood the whole market and crash it.
It could happen.
I mean, would you have the ability to hold if you had that much Doge? I mean,
no. I think I would play with house money and pull some of my investment out. And if everybody does that, that's going to cause a big drop. But I think it's going to come back and it's going to go to the moon. All right. With that, I think that's pretty much it. And
thanks for having me on again, Videobob.
This was fun. This was a blast. We should do this more often.
Good seeing you. Yes, let me know when you're on live, and I'll peek in on you every now and again.
Well, we'll be on. My party starts tomorrow night at 8. So I'll probably come on 10 p.m. Central when my band comes on, and then you can watch my live performance with Videobob of the Radio Stars doing your favorite 80s hits. And then after that, I'll just walk around the party. So we'll be on for at least an hour or so. I probably won't be able to leave the video up because the music is going to get it demonetized, and I have to delete the video. But if you want to watch it live, make sure you have your subscription on and your notifications on. And tomorrow about 10 o'clock Central Time.
During Saturday Night Live?
Is that when it comes on?
Yeah. Are you going to pause after, in between songs and go, hey, we're going to do a Doji check?
Well, see, this is why I think that people are going to just watch it on Sunday and Monday, because a lot of people don't stay up late. And nobody watches Saturday Night Live.
Oh, Saturday Night Live. No, they're gonna. Everybody's got money, and just like you, they're just like, oh my gosh, I can't hardly sleep. And then he's gonna be on there. I'll just watch it tomorrow. No, you're not gonna do that.
All it takes is
everybody says, hey, this is the currency of Mars. And you know what I tell them? Hey, we're not on fucking Mars yet. You guys do realize that, right? I mean, it could be the Mars currency, but we're not on Mars. So that everybody who's into Bitcoin,
all he has to do is make one little reference to this dog.
Yes.
Dog. And then it's to the moon.
Did you know the creator of Doji has no more Doji? He doesn't even have any.
I know. He traded
sold all of it.
He sold it so he could buy a Honda.
Yes. Thank you very much. So even he is looking from the sidelines going, I can't believe it.
Oh, think that would
dude would be millions.
He'd be a gazillionaire right now. He could have bought the company Honda by now.
Yeah.
That's what's so funny. All right. Well, we'll follow up on this. Thanks to everybody who came and gave a super chat and commented. I'll leave this video up. And where can people find you?
They can find me at kidwalk.com. All they have to do is type in KIDWOK, and it'll bring you to my Dragon Ball Z voices. It'll bring you to my website. So
fans of this guy.
Yeah, there you go. I did Corin the Cat, Ox King Berter, Rings, Maury the Grand Kai, and the Mushroom Announcer. So
there you go. I didn't get to do anybody. All right. I'm doing Rachel here in a minute.
All right,
That's
man. All right. Sounds good.
All right. I'll catch you later.
All right, man. Take care. That was awesome. Thanks.
All right. Bye. All right, guys. Hey, this was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun having Mark on the show. I was anticipating having a couple other people, but they didn't make it. So, my party's going to be going on the same time Saturday Night Live is, so I won't be able to watch it. And I want to actually, I don't have the ability to watch it anyway, because who the hell has actual real TV anymore who watches? We have Hulu. I'm going to watch the YouTube clip the next day. That's what I'm going to do. But what I will be monitoring my phone and watching Dogecoin jump. Here we are at 69 cents, 68 cents. It keeps, I think it's going to go all the way to $1. Everybody thinks it will, and who knows, it may go beyond, and we'll find out if it does. And hey, do whatever you think. Tell me in the comment section after we posted this, if you're watching this later, what you think it's going to do. All right, I'll catch you guys later. This was a lot of fun. Dogecoin to the moon. I just love that animation. We're doing that all day. All right, I'll catch you guys later, and that's pretty much it.
Subscribe to Videobob because I know where you live, bitch.